Hi, everybody! Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will delve into the thrilling developments unfolding in Port Charles on Friday, August 1st, where tensions escalate as Drew Kane hatches a cunning scheme for payback against Curtis Ashford. Michael Corinthos delivers a pivotal response to Willow Tate, and Jason Morgan seeks crucial assistance from Elizabeth Baldwin. With drama brewing in every corner of town, from secretive alliances to emotional confrontations, fans are in for a roller coaster episode packed with surprises, hidden motives, and heartfelt pleas. Let's break it down step by step, exploring how these interconnected storylines could reshape relationships and uncover long-buried truths. Kicking things off, Anna Devane and Dante Falconeri find themselves leaning on one another as trusted allies in a moment of vulnerability. Anna, ever the protective grandmother, expresses deep concerns that her granddaughter Anna Scorpio Drake might be diving headfirst into dangerous territory from which escape seems impossible. This anxiety stems from Emma's bold theft of Vaughn's master key, a risky move that could lead to unforeseen consequences in her quest for answers. On Thursday's episode, Emma confides in Giovanni Palmieri about her acquisition, sparking a collaborative brainstorming session between the two young schemers. Gio, with his fresh perspective and willingness to dive into adventure, appears eager to assist Emma in her audacious plan to infiltrate the lab, perhaps suggesting clever disguises or alternative entry points to minimize detection. Their partnership adds a layer of youthful excitement to the plot, hinting at potential romantic sparks amid the peril as they navigate the ethical gray areas of their undercover operation. Could this alliance propel them toward groundbreaking discoveries, or will it entangle them in a web of deceit that alerts the wrong people? As Anna and Dante discuss the implications, they might even speculate on how Emma's actions could tie into larger mysteries lingering in Port Charles, like unresolved family secrets or corporate espionage at the hospital. Shifting gears to a brewing storm of retribution, Curtis Ashford arranges a tense meeting with Drew Kane, probing whether Drew is prepared to relinquish the incriminating blackmail material he holds over Portia Robinson. Unbeknownst to Curtis, his own past indiscretions have come back to haunt him. Elizabeth Baldwin's accidental slip-up has enlightened Drew about Curtis's role in exposing a pre-wedding bombshell that shattered expectations. Drew had initially pinned the blame on Nina Reeves for leaking details of his steamy liaisons with Willow Tate, but this revelation redirects his fury squarely at Curtis, who inadvertently sabotaged the nuptials with his well-intentioned but disastrous interference. Fueled by betrayal, Drew contemplates a calculated strike, possibly by unveiling Portia's concealed skeleton sick as her involvement in tampering with medical records or other professional missteps that could jeopardize her career at General Hospital. To add depth to this vendetta, imagine Drew enlisting subtle allies, like a tech-savvy contact to dig deeper into Portia's history, or even staging a public confrontation disguised as a casual business chat. This backfiring scheme underscores the precarious nature of secrets in Port Charles, where one exposed truth often cascades into a domino effect of revelations. Curtis remains blissfully ignorant for now, but the air is thick with impending fallout, potentially straining his marriage and alliances as Drew's revenge plot gains momentum. Meanwhile, the emotional tug-of-war between Willow Tate and Michael Corinthos intensifies as their conversation stretches into heartfelt territory. With tears streaming down her face, Willow advocates for unity, urging Michael to collaborate on decisions regarding their children, Wiley and Amelia Corinthos. She extends an olive branch, proposing even a short visitation to maintain some semblance of family connection, while vowing to prioritize the kids' well-being above all else. This plea is laced with desperation, as Willow might share poignant memories of family outings or bedtime stories to evoke Michael's empathy, painting a vivid picture of what the children stand to lose without her presence. Michael, grappling with his own pain from Willow's betrayals, must weigh his protective instincts against the possibility of reconciliation. Will he soften his stance, allowing a supervised reunion that could pave the way for healing? Or will he dig in his heels, enforcing a strict boundary to shield the kids from further turmoil? This dilemma highlights the raw complexities of co-parenting amid scandal. with new elements like Willow consulting a family therapist or Michael seeking advice from Sonny Corinthos adding layers of realism. The outcome could either mend fractured bonds or deepen the rift, influencing how the Corinthos family navigates future crises. In another corner of the drama, Carly Spencer issues a stern cautionary note to her daughter Josslyn Jax regarding the enigmatic Vaughn. As captured in Thursday's preview, Carly declares, "If that's what Vaughn is doing, he's not worth your time," suspecting that Vaughn thrives on the spotlight and the rivalry Josslyn shares with Emma over his affections. Carly, drawing from her own experiences with manipulative figures, warns Josslyn against becoming a pawn in a superficial love triangle, emphasizing the importance of self-worth and vigilance. She might elaborate with anecdotes from her past romances, illustrating how charm can mask ulterior motives, urging Josslyn to demand respect and transparency. However, the truth is far more intricate. Josslyn's involvement with Vaughn is a fabricated romance, a clever ruse orchestrated for their covert WSB mission to expose hidden threats in Port Charles. To maintain the facade, Josslyn will need to convincingly portray Vaughn as a genuine suitor, perhaps by fabricating sweet gestures like surprise picnics or heartfelt notes to sway Carly's skepticism. This charade introduces inventive twists, such as Josslyn practicing her in-love expressions in the mirror or enlisting a friend for role-playing scenarios, all while balancing the high stakes of espionage. Carly's protective instincts clash with the undercover reality, potentially leading to humorous misunderstandings or tense close calls that heighten the episode's intrigue. Finally, at Elizabeth Baldwin's doorstep, Jason Morgan arrives with an urgent and specific appeal for aid. This request is intricately linked to Jason's relentless pursuit to substantiate that Britt Westburn, presumed dead, is actually alive and well, hidden away for reasons yet to be fully unveiled. Elizabeth, with her insider access at General Hospital, could be instrumental in investigating Anomaly Esperfap's reviewing autopsy reports, accessing restricted patient files, or even consulting with colleagues about unusual medical discrepancies that don't add up. Jason might share fresh clues he's uncovered, like cryptic messages or sightings that fuel his theory, painting Britt as a resilient survivor evading powerful enemies. To expand this narrative, envision Elizabeth grappling with her own ethical dilemmas, weighing loyalty to Jason against hospital protocols, or discovering a forged document that hints at a larger conspiracy involving pharmaceutical giants or international syndicates. Their collaboration revives echoes of their complicated history, blending professional sleuthing with personal reflections on loss and second chances. As Jason presses for more insights into the Britt enigma, the spoilers tease escalating efforts to confirm her survival, which could unravel shocking alliances and propel Jason into even riskier territories. Next, we will explore the buzzing speculation surrounding a potential romantic entanglement between Sonny Corinthos and District Attorney Turner, a development that's sparking intense debates among fans about whether this is the bold new path the writers are charting for these iconic characters. Diving right into the heart of the matter, recent ABC General Hospital spoilers are hinting at a steamy connection brewing between the seasoned mob boss Sonny Corinthos and the sharp, ambitious Turner, raising eyebrows and fueling endless discussions across social media platforms and fan forums. This unexpected pairing comes at a time when Sonny's life is already a whirlwind of power struggles, family loyalties, and personal demons, making any new romance a high-stakes addition to his storyline. Imagine the tension in the air as Sonny, with his trademark charisma and shadowed past, crosses paths with Turner in a high-profile courtroom showdown or a late-night encounter at a dimly lit Port Charles bar, where sparks fly amid heated arguments over justice and morality. The writers seem poised to explore how this liaison could blur the lines between law enforcement and the underworld, perhaps starting with subtle flirtations during a tense negotiation over a case involving Sonny's associates. Yet, the real intrigue lies in whether this hookup will evolve into a full-blown affair, complete with secret rendezvous in upscale hotels or whispered confessions under the cover of night, adding layers of risk as Turner's professional integrity hangs in the balance. Fans are left pondering if this is a deliberate move to inject fresh energy into Sonny's arc, especially after his recent brushes with betrayal and isolation. or if it's merely a plot device to stir up controversy and keep viewers hooked on the edge of their seats. One of the most talked about aspects of this potential romance is the notable age gap between Sonny and Turner, which has divided the audience into camps of enthusiastic supporters and vocal detractors, each bringing their unique perspectives to the ongoing conversation. Turner, portrayed as a vibrant, career-driven woman in her prime, contrasts sharply with Sonny's more weathered, experienced demeanor, leading some to question the realism and appeal of such a match in the soap's dramatic landscape. This disparity could either alienate longtime viewers who prefer age-appropriate pairings or captivate those who thrive on the forbidden allure of intergenerational dynamics. Reminiscent of classic soap tropes where passion defies societal norms. To flesh this out, envision scenarios where Turner grapples with her attraction during a pivotal scene at the Port Charles Police Department, her youthful energy clashing with Sonny's seasoned wisdom in a way that highlights themes of power imbalances and mutual fascination. Critics argue it might come across as contrived, especially given Sonny's history of tumultuous relationships, but proponents see it as an opportunity for character growth, perhaps allowing Sonny to rediscover a softer side through Turner's influence. The controversy extends to how this storyline might impact Turner's role as a formidable legal figure, potentially humanizing her or risking her credibility if the affair spirals into public scandal, complete with paparazzi chases or leaked documents that expose their connection. Of course, the online community of ABC General Hospital enthusiasts has erupted with a flurry of opinions, dissecting every teaser and promo clip to predict the fallout of Sonny and Turner's possible involvement, with reactions ranging from outright revulsion to excited anticipation. One particularly vocal fan vented on a popular forum, exclaiming, "Why on earth would a smart, independent woman like Turner even glance at Sonny? He's got that overconfident swagger that screams outdated, and honestly, he could pass for her grandpa total turn-off." This sentiment echoes broader frustrations about the show's portrayal of aging characters, with some inventing humorous memes depicting Sonny as a relic from another era trying to woo a modern powerhouse. Another commenter chimed in with sarcasm, yes, because nothing says sexy leading man like a guy who's been through more near-death experiences than birthdays. The writers are clearly trying to convince us he's still the ultimate catch. It's almost comical how out of touch it feels, to add inventive flair. Picture fans creating fanfiction spin-offs where Turner rejects Sonny in epic fashion, or alternatively, where their chemistry leads to unexpected alliances against common foes like rival crime syndicates. These discussions often draw parallels to Sonny's past flings, injecting nostalgia into the debate while highlighting how his desirability has evolved or devolved in the eyes of the audience over the decades. Shifting to the other side of the spectrum, not all feedback is negative. Some viewers are embracing the idea as a much-needed jolt to revitalize the show's pacing, arguing that a Sonny Turner hookup could ramp up the drama with more intense romantic entanglements and high-octane conflicts. A supporter posted enthusiastically, "This is soap opera gold." General Hospital has felt a bit stagnant lately, so throwing in some sizzling bedroom scenes and explosive confrontations is exactly what we need. Sonny's earned a win after all his hardships. Let the man have his fun. This perspective celebrates the genre's flair for the outrageous, suggesting that the age difference adds an extra layer of taboo excitement, perhaps culminating in plot twists like a pregnancy scare or a jealous ex intervening. Another fan drew intriguing connections to history, noting, "Turner reminds me so much of Hannah Scott, that fiery FBI agent Sonny tangled with years ago, if I recall. Met a tragic end in a hail of bullets." Could this be a callback, with Turner stepping into a similar role but with a legal twist, inventing new elements? Fans speculate on crossover storylines where Turner's backstory reveals hidden ties to Sonny's world, like a long-lost relative or a shared enemy from her prosecutorial past, enriching the narrative with unexpected revelations that could either solidify their bond or tear it apart in spectacular fashion. Yet, amid the cheers, there's a persistent undercurrent of doubt about Sonny's current appeal. with several commenters expressing a visceral discomfort that underscores shifting viewer expectations in an era of more nuanced character portrayals. One particularly pointed remark read, "At this stage, Sonny just creeps me out. No woman in her right mind would go for that vibe." It's like the show forgot he's not the heartthrob he once was. This ties into broader critiques of how the series handles aging gracefully, with fans inventing alternate scenarios where Sonny pursues self-reflection instead of romance, perhaps through therapy sessions or mentoring younger characters. Echoing this, another user shared, "His brief flirtation with Natalia was tolerable because it built slowly without the ego trip. But this duh thing. It's giving me secondhand embarrassment, like she's rushing to scrub off the awkwardness after every interaction to expand creatively." Imagine fan theories positing that Turner's interest is feigned for investigative purposes, leading to a double cross that exposes Sonny's vulnerabilities, or conversely, a genuine spark that humanizes him through vulnerable moments like sharing stories of his bipolar struggles during intimate dinners. As for the road ahead, the exact trajectory of Sonny Corinthos' journey remains shrouded in mystery, leaving fans eagerly anticipating how this potential dalliance with Turner will unfold and reshape the dynamics in Port Charles. Will it blossom into a passionate affair that challenges alliances and ignites rivalries, or fizzle out amid backlash and plot complications? Inventive possibilities abound, such as Turner using the relationship to gather intel on Sonny's operations, only to develop real feelings that complicate her duties, or Sonny viewing it as a strategic move to influence legal outcomes for his family. Next, we will uncover the compelling reasons behind Lucas Jones's recent outbursts on the show, revealing why his frustrations are not only understandable but deeply rooted in a shocking betrayal that has rocked his world in Port Charles. At the core of the unfolding drama, ABC General Hospital spoilers highlight that Lucas Jones's increasingly vocal confrontations stem from a profoundly personal grievance, one that no one could easily dismiss given the circumstances surrounding his relationship with Marco. Picture Lucas, the dedicated physician who's always prioritized healing and compassion, suddenly thrust into a nightmare when Sonny Corinthos orchestrates the abduction and captivity of Marco, turning what should have been a blossoming romance into a harrowing ordeal filled with fear and uncertainty. This isn't just a minor slight, it's a brazen act of violence that crosses legal and moral boundaries, leaving Lucas grappling with the aftermath in therapy sessions or late-night reflections at the hospital lounge, where he questions how far Sonny's influence can extend without repercussions. Sonny's awareness of Lucas and Marco's budding connection only amplifies the sting, as it transforms a private matter into a deliberate intrusion, perhaps even involving shadowy figures lurking in abandoned warehouses or encrypted messages that hint at deeper motives. Inventing a fresh layer, imagine Lucas discovering a hidden recording of the kidnapping plot, fueling his determination to confront Sonny not just for justice, but to protect others from similar fates in the crime-ridden underbelly of Port Charles. This valid fury underscores Lucas's right to speak out, challenging viewers to empathize with his position amid the chaos of family loyalties and mob entanglements. While some characters and fans urge Lucas to step back and mind his own affairs, the reality paints a different picture. Sonny's actions have directly entangled Lucas in a web of danger and deceit, making his response not only justified but essential for his emotional survival. Envision the tension escalating during a charged family gathering at the Quartermain mansion, where Lucas unleashes his pent-up anger, recounting vivid details of Marco's ordeal, like the cold isolation of his captivity or the psychological toll it took, to illustrate why brushing this off as business isn't an option. As a violent felony that could have ended in tragedy, this incident shatters any illusion of safety, with Lucas perhaps consulting legal experts or even considering a police report to hold Sonny accountable, adding a procedural twist to his arc. Everyone involved, from bystanders to close allies, must acknowledge how Sonny's knowledge of the relationship elevated this from an impersonal crime to a targeted assault, potentially sparking alliances with unexpected characters like a sympathetic detective or a reformed associate who shares insider tips on Sonny's operations. This collective agreement reinforces that Lucas's acting out is a cry for accountability in a town where power often trumps ethics, paving the way for dramatic showdowns that could redefine family dynamics. Naturally, the online buzz from ABC General Hospital devotees has been fervent, with a spectrum of opinions dissecting Lucas's behavior and its implications, including theories that he's overlooking crucial red flags about Marco's true allegiances. One impassioned commenter speculated Lucas is totally in the dark right now, but mark my words, he'll get a rude awakening when he uncovers that Marco is secretly collaborating with Sidwell, pulling strings from the shadows like a puppet master in a high-stakes game. This viewpoint introduces inventive elements such as leaked documents or overheard conversations at a clandestine meeting, suggesting Marco's proactive role in shady dealings that tie back to Sonny's rivals, perhaps involving international smuggling rings or encrypted financial transactions. Another fan piled on, all this hatred towards Sonny, Carly, and Jason is clouding judgment's real bombshell is how Sidwell and Marco are in cahoots, scheming to undermine the Corinthos empire from within. To expand creatively, fans might envision plot twists where Lucas stumbles upon evidence during a routine hospital shift, like a suspicious patient file linking Marco to Sidwell's network, forcing him to choose between love and loyalty in heart-pounding scenes. On the flip side, a wave of support for Lucas emphasizes his principled stance as a healer, portraying him as the rare voice of reason in Sonny's turbulent circle who recognizes the perilous ripple effects of unchecked aggression. A defender noted, "I'm completely on board with Lucas's outrage as a committed doctor bound by the Hippocratic oath to preserve life. And he's the sole figure around Sonny who's calling out this brutality for the threat it poses to innocent bystanders." This praise highlights Lucas's moral compass, perhaps through invented scenarios where he organizes a community seminar on violence prevention or mentors young interns at General Hospital about ethical dilemmas, drawing parallels to real-world issues. Echoing this, another critic pointed out Carly's living in denial, ignoring how her beloved Michael has dodged death 3 times already. Not to mention Morgan's tragic loss, it's high time someone like Lucas shakes things up, creatively adding depth. Imagine Carly experiencing a flashback montage of those near misses during a quiet moment, prompting subtle doubts that align with Lucas's warnings and hint at potential reconciliations or heated debates over coffee at Kelly's diner. However, not all reactions are purely supportive. Some viewers feel that while Lucas's arguments hold water in theory, the execution on screen comes across as overly petulant, potentially undermining his credibility due to scripting choices. One observer remarked, "On paper, Lucas makes solid points and stands firm in his beliefs, but the way it's portrayed has him sounding more like a complainer than a crusader." This critique invites inventive expansions, such as behind-the-scenes writer notes leaking online, suggesting revisions to make Lucas's dialogues more assertive, like incorporating medical analogies to strengthen his case against violence. Another added, "I'd back Lucas's views in principle, but those scenes just make him seem whiny. It's not that he's mistaken, but the writing doesn't do him justice." Turning powerful moments into awkward rants. To flesh this out, fans could speculate on alternative takes, envisioning reshot episodes where Lucas delivers his lines with steely resolve during a hospital board meeting, or even teams up with a therapist character to articulate his trauma more eloquently, transforming perceived weaknesses into strengths that captivate the audience. Looking ahead, the precise developments in Lucas Jones's storyline are still up in the air, promising more twists that could either validate his concerns or plunge him deeper into conflict as alliances shift in unpredictable ways. Will Lucas's persistence lead to a breakthrough, like exposing Marco's secrets in a dramatic courtroom reveal, or will it isolate him further from his family? Invented possibilities include a surprise alliance with an old flame returning to Port Charles, offering support and new intel, or a cliffhanger where Lucas faces a moral quandary involving a patient connected to Sonny's world. It goes without saying that GH enthusiasts will need to watch diligently every day to catch the evolving saga, as these elements continue to build toward explosive confrontations and heartfelt resolutions in the ever-dramatic landscape of General Hospital.